There you go. Hang on, I'll get you in there. There we go. Oh, fantastic. It says there's 2 people watching. It might have been Nana. Oh no. If you know when she's on, you can come back and say hi. Good morning from Denver. 8 a.m. game out here, 9 o'clock back home. KC Hockey Club getting ready to face off against the Arapahoe Warriors over here in the yellow, the gold. Kansas City in the dark sweaters today. First of 2 games today. We've got a 2 o'clock Mountain Time game after this one. So 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. Mountain Time. Thank you. Kansas City going to go with Gunnar Smith, take the face-off. Logan Meissner and Allender, your wings. Barron and McClin on D. Update the clock here. Looks like they're doing 15-minute periods, and we're underway. Warriors control the face-off, try to play it back up through the neutral zone. Interrupted, though, by Smith here on the near boards. Smith and Weisner in a battle, and they come away with it. Smith dumps it in. They'll chase after it. Smith with a good forecheck pressure behind the net. Weisner there as well, helping out. McClin pinching down low. But eventually, Arapahoe Warriors will clear it out. Barron runs it back. Backhand pass up to the neutral zone, picked off by the Warriors, and they dump it right back in. McClin skates it through the neutral zone. Outlet pass looking for Allender, but just out of his reach. Mavs will do a line change, or KC, I should say, will do a line change as Arapahoe controls. Warriors dump it in, but McClin's there to interrupt that play. He'll send it back to center ice. Pass picked off by JC. He jumps through the neutral zone over the blue line and dumps it in. Howard, Hargadine, and JC on the ice for the forwards. Trying to keep the play alive. Little chip pass there. But eventually the Warriors skated out. Down to the face-off dot, centering attempt. Blocked by Phillips on D. Trying to find someone in the slot, but Phillips turned to the side. Kansas City clears it all the way back down to the Warriors zone, where they'll reset, come the other direction. Blocked it with good pressure there. He poke checks that puck away, and he'll circle behind his own net. Stutzer in goal today, by the way, for the morning game for Kansas City. As Kansas City dumps it down, but behind the red line, crosses both red lines for an icing call. That'll bring it back down in front of Stutzer. 13 and a half minutes remaining in this first period. We have our first whistle. Bakhta will take the face-off. Warriors control, comes back to the D. Quick shot covered up by Stutzer. Quick face-off win there by Arapahoe. They played it back to their left D. Had a quick wrist shot, but Stutzer was all over it. Again, controlled by Warriors. They go D to D. Shot coming from the right. D tipped. Loose puck, and it trickles in. Redirection right in front. Bounce behind Stutzer. He saw it, had his eye on it, but just couldn't change direction on the tip. So trickles in. Slow shot. Just got redirected right at the last second. And that puts Arapahoe up 1-0. Quick shot from the right D after the face-off. Deflection puts Arapahoe on top. Kansas City controls the face-off. Played ahead by Allender. Allender and Dungy on the ice with Smith. McClin keeps it in, dumps it back down low. Allender chasing after it. He's got Smith in pursuit. They play it back all the way to the point, but Barron keeps it in. Barron, quick shot, saved by the Arapahoe goalie, right on target from Barron. Shot on the right D. Rebound kicked aside, though, and Arapahoe brings it back up through the neutral zone. Loose puck in front, dangerous. Kansas City blocked it, but it kind of trickled into the crease where Arapahoe picked up the loose puck, trying to get a shot on net. Turned aside by Stutzer, and Kansas City will break it out the other direction. Barron chips it in the neutral zone around a defender. Eventually picked up by the Warriors. Loose puck across the blue line. Hargadine just across the blue line as McClain was looking for Hargadine as he went through the neutral zone. Hargadine just over the blue line. Offsides call. That brings it back to where the pass was made. We're going to face off just outside the Kansas City zone. Kansas City controls the face-off. They play it back to Phillips. Phillips sends it around the boards. Trying to find some open man there maybe for JC, but just out of his reach. Centering pass trickles through the crease. Weak shot by the Warriors. Puck rides up on the rail there momentarily. Eventually dug out. Trying to play it over to Howard, but can't quite get it to him. Hargadine comes away with it. He plays it up for JC. JC back to Howard. They break through the neutral zone. Howard, Hargadine, and JC across the blue line into the zone. Puck is dumped behind the Warriors' net. They control. They try to play it out. Comes up the sideboards. Kept in, though, by Hargadine. Good poke check by Hargadine. He's trying to get it up to JC. JC in a battle with Hargadine. Howard in the slot. Pass coming from Hargadine looking for Howard, but poked away at the last second. Warriors break it out the other direction. They'll come up the near boards. Long cross-ice pass picked off by Powell. Powell and Phillips there. Good poke check by Phillips. Powell had a handle on it, but it was poked away by the Warriors, but Phillips was there to poke it right back away from the Warriors. Shot saved by Stutzer. Right leg pad save. Kicks it into the corner. JC picks up the rebound. He'll skate it out of the neutral zone and clear it. Warriors regain possession. Outlet pass to the right winger. He's over the blue line, but Powell's there to interrupt that play. Step back in, but Smith is there. Smith will skate it behind his own net. He plays it for Bakta. Bakta up through the neutral zone looking for Weisner. Weisner and Smith on the left side trying to keep the play alive, but the Warriors dig it out. Skate it behind their own net. Good pressure there by Bakta and Smith to interrupt the breakout. Poke checked away by Weisner behind the net. Warriors trying to clear the zone, but good pressure by Kansas City to keep it alive. Weisner plays it back to Smith, trying to get a pass in the center in the slot. Interrupted by the Warriors, who bring it the other direction. Shot face-off circle, gloved by Stutzer, and he'll hang on to that. We'll get a face-off in the Kansas City zone. 10-13 remaining in the first period. Kansas City trying to dig it out of their own zone here. Warriors doing a good job of keeping it at the blue line. And eventually cleared back out by McLean. McLean plays it all the way across the blue line, looking for Allender. They play on, no icing. Warriors pick it up behind their own net. Kept in by Kansas City. Good job there by Brown to keep the play alive. Loose puck right in front. Kansas City trying to find the handle, but poked away at the last second. Warriors clear it out of there. No icing. It's tipped. They'll play on. McLean will chase that down behind his own net. Myers on the ice. McLean to Myers, but just out of his reach. Comes back to the left D, who took a shot, didn't get through the traffic. Warriors trying to chip it in to the slot. Poked away by Kansas City. They'll try it again. They'll skate it behind Stutzer. Comes all the way back to the right D. They're caught on a line change. A couple Warriors went back to the bench. There's only one D-man back on the line. McLean chips it ahead for Myers, just out of his reach, though. The Warriors keep it in. They'll dump it right back down. Barron in a battle in the corner, trying to get it up to Allender. And a delayed penalty coming here. And they'll touch it up. Let's see who that penalty is on. We're going to get a hooking call. Looks like maybe the Warriors. Yep, power play for Kansas City coming up. That'll bring the face-off down to the Warriors zone. Kansas City won the face-off, but Warriors jumped right through the traffic and stole the puck. Trying to set it up with something on the D, but Warriors jumped through the traffic there. Kansas City dumps it right back in, though. Trying to keep the power play pressure alive. Here it comes back to the point for Barron. Barron with a quick shot, bouncer, leg pad save. Rebound comes back out to Barron. Barron trying to play it in, but it goes off the net. We'll get a stoppage in play. It was deflected by a Warriors player. Barron tried to put a second shot right after that first one, and got deflected up into the net. We get a stoppage in play here. Barron and McLean back on D. Smith, Bakta, and Allender, I believe, are your forwards. Kansas City controls the faceoff. Smith centering pass in the slot, but picked off by the Warriors. Good play there by Kansas City to win the faceoff and get a pass. Couldn't get it on another Kansas City stick. Pressure by Smith there. He picks up the puck, plays it back to Barron to the point. Shot coming from Barron. Quick shot, and he scores! Asher Barron ties the game on a power play goal for Kansas City. 8:54 remaining in the first period. Power play goal by Barron evens it up at 1-1. Kansas City's on the board. That'll bring it back to full strength, 5-on-5. Kansas City will have new line here. Argonine to take the face off. Howard and JC are your other forwards. Powell and Hill are your defenders. Shot on target, saved by Stutzer after the face-off win by the Warriors. Hill plays it out, looking for JC on the breakout there, just barely behind him there. JC again picks up the loose puck at center ice. He'll try it again. Around the red line, dumps it in for Hargadine. Hargadine chases after it. He'll pick up the loose puck in the corner, overskated it for a moment, came back to get it. Centering pass by Hargadine, poked away by the Warriors. Hargadine plays it back to the right D. Powell fanned on it, tried to get a slap shot off. Warriors pick it up, center ice, and skate it in. Hill is back, a good poke check by Hill, and Powell picks up the loose pucks. Powell skates in the other direction. Powell gets around one defender. Got a couple wingers in support, just over the line. Looks like Hargadine might have been over the line. It's just by a skate. Kansas City streaking there with numbers at Howard, Hargadine, and Powell. Offsides, stoppage in play with 8:04 remaining. Smith on the ice with Brown and Weisner for your forwards. Phillips and Landon Weisner are your D-man. Puck trickles away after the face-off, and Logan Weisner trying to pick it up, loses an edge. Warriors pick up the loose puck, skate it down into the near corner. Big tie up there, and Logan Weisner comes away with it. Logan Weisner has his brother Landon Weisner, cross-ice pass looking for him, but just behind him under his skates. Warriors pick it up and head the other direction. No icing. Brown will pick up the loose puck behind Stutzer. He backhands it over to Phillips. Phillips plays it off the boards, trying to bounce it up to Smith. Smith gets tied up on the near boards here. Phillips comes in support. Kansas City in a battle there with 2 or 3 Warriors. Phillips will scoot back as Smith comes away with it. Played over across the ice. Does get it out of the zone. The Warriors pick it up. Centering pass turned away by Brown. Another poke check keeps it away. Loose puck, a little dangerous. Trickles through the crease. Phillips picks it up. Trying to skate it around some traffic. He plays it, but it goes off the ref. Tried to backhand it around the net. Then off the ref's leg. So that keeps the play alive for the Warriors. Logan Weisner and Phillips on the near boards here. Trying to free that up. Get it out of the zone. Brown picks it up, backhands it, but doesn't get out. Smith tried to play it out of the blue line, but Warriors kept it in. Landon Weisner runs it down. Landon Weisner will play it behind Stutzer, looking for his brother Logan. Logan Weisner picks up the puck on the near boards. He comes up through the neutral zone, gets across the red line and dumps it in for a line change. Good pressure by Myers there, trying to interrupt the breakout. Fresh off the bench. McLean and Barron in on D. Hargadine, Dungy. Get a stoppage in play here. Going to get a hooking. Looks like Myers will go off for a hooking call. Casey will be shorthanded. 6:13 remaining in the first. Casey will be on the penalty kill. Barron and McLean. Bakta and let's see who the other. Double check who else is out there. Shot tip, glove save. What a save by Stutzer. That was a perfectly executed tip drill, and Stutzer followed the whole way like a ground ball. It's like they're going to call high stick anyway, so it wouldn't have counted, but great play by Maxey there to keep his eye on that. Shot from the line, tipped on the way in, and picked it up like a grounder. Bakto take the face off. Allender, Barron, and McLean on the ice for the penalty kill. It's like they're trying to adjust the time here on the penalty. There we go. So I'm not sure what they're discussing here. Looked like they were adjusting time on the clock for the moment, but Bakta will swap out for Howard. I'm not sure what the call is here. You know what? It looks like all the kids are heading back to the locker room. I'm not sure if they need mouthpieces or neck guards or something. We're going to stop the game here while they send off the kids to grab some stuff in the locker room. We'll keep the stream going here, but it looks like they're potentially sending them off for some protective equipment maybe. I'm not quite sure what it was. They sent Bacta back, and then I think they noticed a lot of the kids are in a similar situation, not having mouth guards maybe, so we'll see. I'll keep the stream running here. I may have to run down the locker room myself. Back underway here. It's like a few kids still not on the bench, digging around for mouth guards in their bag, but nevertheless, Kansas City on the penalty kill still. Argadine, Hill, Howard, and Landon Weiser looks like on the ice for the penalty kill. Kansas City with pressure here, even though they're down a man, keeping the play alive in the Arapahoe zone. Arapahoe trying to clear it out. Argadine chips it ahead to himself, trying to get around one defender. Keeps the play alive. Picks up the loose puck, shot, got poke check there. Didn't get a lot of heat on that shot, but good pressure by Kansas City. Kids are starting to slowly trickle back onto the bench here. Looks like they've dug around and found their mouth guards. JC picks up the puck after the face-off win by Kansas City. Puts a puck on net. Allender right there for the loose puck. Allender tried to get a shot on it. Didn't get a lot of heat. Trickled into the crease and covered up by the Warriors goalie. But Kansas City with good pressure here. Loose puck shot on net by Kansas City. Comes back. McClin loses the handle and Kansas City have to clear the zone. But good poke check there to interrupt what could have been a breakaway there. Warriors control the blue line. They'll dump it in. This puck comes around the net. Landon Weiser trying to pick it up. Kansas City trying to clear the zone, but kept into the blue line by the Warriors. They'll dump it back in, looking for a centering pass through the face-off circle, but interrupted by Landon Weiser there. Puck trickles into the crease, covered up by Stetson. Got my clock synced up here. I'm not sure I got off track there. 47 seconds on the penalty remaining to Myers. You see Sean Powell on the bench there handing out some mouth guards, so hopefully that'll take care of any of the kids that did not have a mouth guard in their bag. They'll all be ready to get back on the ice. Hargadine trying to poke it across the blue line and clear the zone. Eventually he's chopped out. Back to center ice where the Warriors regain control and they'll come back in. McClin and Weisner back on D. Logan Weisner is there as well. He ties up his man. Hargadine and Weisner trying to clear it out, but Warriors keep it in. Play it back to the line. Nobody there. Kept in. A little stick battle there. Hargadine trying to clear the zone, but Warriors keep it alive. Shot coming right on target. Saved by Stutzer. Blocker save goes into the corner. McClin in a battle there trying to dig it out. He ties up his man. They skate it behind Stutzer. Centering pass. Kicked away though by Kansas City. They clear the crease and it comes over to Smith. Smith playing it ahead to Hargadine. Hargadine dumps it in to keep the play on side. Just barely offsides. They call it from all the way back. Linesman up right on the play. Didn't call it, but the back judge called that. And the face off at center ice where the offsides play began. Where the pass came from, I should say. Warriors control the face-off. They'll bring it back to their own zone and reset. Trying to get it past center ice, interrupted by Howard though. Puck comes back to Phillips. It's poked away. Phillips gets upended. Warriors trying to get a quick shot on there, but it trickles up into the glove of Stutzer. He'll hang on to that. We'll get a face-off in the Kansas City zone. Face-off controlled by the Warriors. They bring it back to their left D, but quick pressure there by Howard before they could get a shot off. They'll dump it back down low. Back and forth across the line. Offsides for Arapahoe. Line change for Kansas City. Bach to Brown and Allender on the ice. On your forwards, Phillips and Barron back on D. Warriors trying to clear it up and out of the zone. Trickles back to the point. They'll skate it across the blue line. Phillips is back. One-on-one break. Asher back checking. Shot right on target. Stutzer covers it up. Made the initial save, and the puck trickled out into the crease. Covered it up. We'll get a face-off here. Still 1-1. Just under 4 minutes remaining in the first period. Warriors trying to get a shot at the point. Good pressure there by Kansas City to break it up. Phillips picks up the puck. He'll play it up to Allender. Allender looking for Brown. Brown crossed the red line. Trying to skate around some traffic. Poke check by the Warriors. Interrupts that play, but Bachta in tow. Trying to keep the play alive for Kansas City, but it trickles out. Picked up by a Warrior. They'll skate it behind their own net and out of the zone. Warriors through center ice across the red line. Hill back checking with Powell on D. They'll force them behind the net. They'll circle around, trying to set something up. They play it back to the left D. Shot from the left D coming. Leg pad save. Stutzer kicks it into the corner. Hill and Hargadine in the corner, trying to poke check that away from the Warriors. Brown there in support. Eventually poke it away. Loose puck trickles off, hits the side of the net. Hill will pick it up, and he'll skate it behind Stutzer. Backhand pass up, looking for Hargadine. Hargadine picks it up, trying to get around traffic. Good poke check there by the Warriors. Hargadine had a lane there if he got around that last defender, but good poke check interrupted the play. Warriors play it off the boards, up and out of the zone. Comes back to Powell, who tries to send it right back in, but a few Kansas City players still in the zone for getting an offsides call. Did you tell him about that?
That's what he was.
Oh, he watched it. Face-off controlled by Kansas City. McClin plays it over to Weisner. Lost it in his skates momentarily, but Hargadine picks up the loose puck. Hargadine chips it ahead looking for Howard. Warriors play it across the neutral zone before Howard could get to it. Warriors dump it in. They're across the zone, across the line I should say, but picked off by Hargadine. He'll play it around looking for Landon Weisner. Landon Weisner trying to tip it up to JC. Kept in though by the Warriors. He'll play it back to the left D. Pass picked off by Wisner, looking for Hargadine. JC picks up a loose puck. Trying to get a little rush going there, but Warriors doing a great job with the poke checks. Howard's going to get a penalty there. It's touched up by Kansas City. Howard goes off, tripping call. Just under 2 minutes remaining. That'll bring the face-off down into the Kansas City zone. KC on the penalty kill again. Powell and Barron on the ice from your D. Logan, Wisner, and Bakta are your forwards for the penalty kill. Tie up after the face-off. Puck eventually picked up by Logan Weiser, and he does a great job to clear it out of the zone. Not hard enough to ice it, but eats some clock on the penalty kill. The Warriors have to retreat all the way back behind their own net. It's like the player lost an edge there for a moment as he tried to clear it. Warriors eventually dig it out across the blue line into the neutral zone. Wisner back checking. Barron rides him into the corner. Does a good job to separate him from the puck. He tries to get a centering pass. It does go in front into the crease. But Stutzer covers that up. 52 seconds remaining on the penalty to Howard. Must have been a slow sales day in the pro shop here. I think Powell went up there and bought about 10 mouth guards. That should drive some good revenue for the pro shop every time they stop a game and force everyone to go buy a dozen mouth guards. Loose puck dropped in at the blue line by Arapahoe, but off target, and Powell tries to clear it around. Good job by Barron there to pick up the puck. They'll call the icing if it makes it. They are calling icing here on the penalty kill even. Just crosses the line. Icing is the call after the Warriors touch it up. Actually, they'll blow it dead after it goes across the red line, but the Warriors do touch it up. That'll bring the face-off back down to Kansas City. 29 seconds on the penalty to Howard. Smith and Wisner, or Smith and Allender, I should say, are your forwards. McLean and Hill on D. Warriors reset in their own zone, trying to set something up. Across the red line now, into the Kansas City zone. McLean forces them into the corner. They'll hit the brakes. Pass back to the right D. Shot coming from the right D. Tip, blocker save. Great save by Stutzer. He got tipped by a Kansas City player. Trying to stop it, and then ended up getting redirected right on target. Stutzer with a blocker save. Eventually covered it up. 3 more seconds. Kansas City will be back at full strength. Wisner and Barron for D. Hargadine and JC. And Howard's out of the box, right out of the box. Howard picks up the loose puck, or a pass, I should say, out of the box. Shot for Howard. Oh, he's going to turn around and backhand pass it to Hargadine, but it's poked away at the last second. Great time right there. Crosby came out of the box, took the pass. You just can't time it any better than that. But good back check by the Warriors to disrupt that play. Good little rush there at the end of the period. Opportunity for Kansas City. Disrupted though by the Warriors, and we go into the second period tied 1-1. Teams will flip the ice. Stutzer back in net on the left end now. Smith will take the face off. Wisner and Allender on the wings. McLean and Barron are your D-men. 15-minute stop clock periods here. We're underway in the second. Kansas City wins the face-off, back to McClin. McClin up to Smith, and they'll dump it in across the blue line. Just out of the reach, though. The Warriors pick it up, circle around the boards, and clear the zone. Warriors across the red line. Weisner and Barron back checking, disrupt that play. They'll play it around behind Stutzer, trying to set something up. It gets back to the right D, but just out of his reach, and Smith will pick up the loose puck at center ice. Just overskated it. A chance there for a little rush. Warriors dump it back in. Barron picks up a loose puck. He plays it off the boards again, looking for Smith, but just out of his reach. Good forecheck pressure here by Kansas City. No gimmies for the Warriors. They try to reset at the neutral zone. Kansas City's right there each time. Again, they try to play it back to the D. Poked out of the zone. Argadine trying to chip it over to Allender, but it's disrupted by the Warriors. Warriors looking for a shot, goes off the leg of Barron and into the corner, never got to the net. Warriors player loses an edge. McClin's over there. Centering pass goes up to Allender. Allender over to Argadine. Argadine back to Allender. We got some numbers here, 3-on-2 break. Allender dumps it in here for a line change. JC on the ice with Howard. Argadine picks up the loose puck behind the net, trying to get something going here. Centering pass looking for JC, poked away by the Warriors. Loose puck comes back to Howard. He got a shot that was blocked. Comes back to center ice. Phillips will reset. Phillips pulls it back, plays it up the boards. Looking for JC, who taps it to Howard. Or I should say Argadine. Shot from Argadine, blocker save. Loose puck right in front. JC trying to get a shot, but it's poked away. Warriors come back the other direction. Landon Weisner and Phillips are back on D. Weisner forces his man into the corner and behind the net. Phillips will take him in the other corner. Hope they get back out, circle behind Stutzer. But a good poke check by Argadine. Argadine up to JC. JC streaking up the right side. He's got Howard in support. Warriors player loses an edge as JC dumped it into the corner. They pick up the loose puck and they'll break it out the other direction. Warriors across center ice. Powell on the ice with Hill. Shot on target. Glove save by Stutzer. We get our first stoppage here in the second period. Some good back and forth action on both sides. Kansas City controls the puck. Hill trying to play it up and out. Doesn't quite get out. It's kept in at the point by the Warriors. They play it back behind the net. Powell picks it up, trying to chip it over to Hill. Loose puck right in front. Couldn't quite get a shot, though. The Warriors had it poke checked away by Kansas City. Brown trying to break it out of the zone. Kept in at the point by Kansas City. Bachta back in the corner with Brown. They get a pass off, though, all the way through the slot. Hill picks it up. Hill trying to get it over to Myers. Warriors doing a good job to keep the play alive, though. So down near the face-off circle, tied up on the boards. Hill plays it off the boards for Myers. Chips it ahead to Bachta. Bachta up and out of the zone. Myers streaking after it. Myers across the red line. And Myers lost an edge here. We're going to get a penalty on the Warriors as they were tied up trying to battle with Myers. That'll give Kansas City the man advantage here. Myers frustrating their D. Draws a penalty. Kansas City goes on the power play. We'll have Allender, Bachta, and Smith for the forwards. Weisner and Barron are your D-men. Kansas City controls the face-off. They win it back to Barron. Barron trying to get a shot. Bouncer gets tipped off target into the near corner. Smith ties up his man. Bachta's there applying pressure. They chip it over to the wing and break it out. But it's picked off by Smith, though, at center ice. Another poke check, though, returned the favor by the Warriors. Weisner with a good poke check there, breaks up the play. Smith trying to dig it out. Smith plays it up to Allender. Allender cross-ice pass for Bachta right on the tape. Bachta does a good job to settle it. Trying to skate through some traffic, but it's poked away. Good job by Allender to pick up the pass. Trying to clear it. Allender picked it up right in the middle of the air and knocked it down, kept the play alive. Warriors behind their own net, trying to chip it out of the zone. And eventually get it through center ice. JC will run down the loose puck. Kansas City will reset in their own zone. JC's through the neutral zone, across the red line, skates it into the Arapahoe zone. Forced wide, trying to get a shot. He'll pull up, plays it back to the right D for Weisner. Weisner trying to get a shot. Redirect. Right on target, good shot. Kansas City looking for a tip there. Couldn't quite find anybody to get a stick on it. Went right into the belly of the Warriors goalie and he covered it up. 19 seconds remaining on the power play for Kansas City. Hargadine will take the face off with Howard and JC on wing. Kansas City wins the face off back to Weisner. Weisner, nice move to draw some attention away. Shot, glove save, just on the edge of the glove and it trickled behind the net. Good shot by Weisner there. Goalie got a glove on it, didn't make a clean save, but just enough to redirect it. They'll play it back to Weisner. Kansas City with another shot. Weisner looking for a tip. Plays it over. Hargadine picks up the loose puck. He tried to backhand it, couldn't get a stick on it. Howard picks up back to JC. JC back to Weisner. Full strength shot on target. Chipped into the corner. Warriors back at full strength. Play comes back to the point. Barron chips it back into the corner. JC will run that down in the near corner. JC plays it back for Howard. Howard playing it back to Hargadine. Hargadine back to Barron at the blue line. Shot, hard wrist shot. Barron had a good look at it, just wide. Pass from his legs. Howard trying to get a centering pass. And Barron with the poke check to keep the play alive. Howard back to Hargadine. Hargadine just lost the handle right in front. Shot. JC at the loose puck and they score! Kansas City up 2-1. JC had a shot. Looked like it was covered by... On one break here. Shot. Saved by Stutzer. Stick saved by Stutzer. Rebound pass all the way through the crease. Nobody home. Logan Weisner picks up the loose puck. Out in the pack looking for Dungy. Just behind him. Hit his skates. Kind of slowed down the rush there. No reset. McLean back up to Weisner. Weisner dumps it in to keep the play on side. Dungy chasing after it here in the near corner. Dungy goes hard into the corner, picks up the loose puck, centering pass right in front. Brown was streaking and the puck just bounced over his stick. Good attempt there by Dungy to get it over to Brown. Bouncing puck just over his stick. Myers here tied up with Dungy. Back and forth over the line. I think we'll get an offsides play here. Offsides call, I should say. Eight and a half minutes remaining. Myers and Brown on the wings. Bachta will take the face-off. Phillips and Powell on D. Warriors control the face-off. They can't clear the zone. Puck comes to Brown. Shot by Brown. On target. Glove save by the Arapahoe goalie. And we'll do it again. Warriors control the face-off. They'll skate it behind their own net. Up and out of the zone on the right side. Across the blue line. Phillips and Powell back on D. Great back check by Myers there to disrupt that play. Shot might have been wide, but safe play. Stutzer gloves it and covers it up. We'll get a face-off here. Brown and Myers off. Allender and JC on. Bachta takes the face-off. Warriors control. They play back for lefty. Shot high on target. Saved by Stutzer. Kicks into the corner. Centering attempt. Shot off the low post, I think. I heard some iron. Didn't get through though. Or didn't get in, I should say. Hit the iron. The Warriors will reset in the neutral zone. They're across the blue line. Centering pass picked off by Phillips. Phillips kicks it back up. Not quite out of the zone, kept in by the Warriors, though. Plays back to Phillips. Phillips looking for Allender, but kept in by the Warriors. Bachta plays it behind his own net over to JC. Chipped up by the by Kansas City, I should say, but the Warriors kept it in, but Bachta's there to eventually clear the zone. Forecheck by Allender, chasing after it. JC in support as well, but the Warriors cleared out. Center ice. Now over the blue line. Shot. Blocker saved by Stutzer. Good hard shot looking for the top left corner, and Stutzer had his glove there. Puck is dug out by Kansas City. JC picks it up on the near boards. JC breaking out. Cross ice pass for Allender. Allender through the neutral zone over the blue line. He'll dump it in and head to the bench. Howard's on the ice for Allender. Smith keeps the play alive with a good poke check in the near corner. Dump it back into the corner and chase after it. Good forecheck by Smith there. Good pressure. Logan Weisner trying to free it up for a centering pass. Warriors eventually dig it out and clear the zone. Barron back with Weisner. No icing, they wave it off. Good poke check by Barron, dumped it in. Weisner, Hargadine, and Howard trying to keep the play alive, but it's eventually cleared out. Barron with a good poke check, though. They jump across the blue line. Good pressure there by Barron. Kept that in the Arapahoe zone. They'll try to clear it out again, but a good poke check by Hargadine keeps it alive. Hargadine trying to get it through and pull it back, looking for Howard, but it's poke checked away. Howard with a good poke check of his own. He frees the puck up, looking for a shot. Poke checked right as he was trying to pull the trigger. The puck is cleared out by Arapahoe. Weisner will reset, circle around, give Kansas City time to clear the zone. Weisner's down to the face-off dot, plays it over to Howard. Good pass on the back door, looking for Howard from Weisner. Great pass there. Goalie got there just in time, though. Howard to Weisner on the back door. Or to Howard, I should say, on the back door, but the goalie was up to the challenge there. Good 1-2 pass. Weisner and Howard. Good puck movement. Hargadine takes the face-off with Dungy and Bakta on the ice. Kansas City controls the face-off. They play it back to Barron on the D. Shot right on target. Glove save by the Warriors goalie. Will do it again. Just under 6 minutes remaining in the second period. Kansas City with a lot of good pressure here in the zone. They win the face-off. Bakta back to Weisner. Shot right on target. Loose puck. Dungy picked it up. Dungy trying to get a shot. Kicked into the corner, though. Hargadine there in support. Bakta there as well. Warriors trying to clear it out. They'll play it up to the right winger and break it out. Warriors across center ice. Good poke check by Barron to separate him from the puck. They get a penalty here. They might be calling Barron for a check or an interference. Looks like Barron's headed to the box. Kansas City goes on the penalty kill. Barron, a big physical presence on the ice. Some of the kids try to skate around him or through him. It doesn't usually work out too well, but occasionally that also results in a penalty every once in a while. Bakta and Weisner are your forwards. Hill and McLean on D. Good block there by Weisner. Bakta picks up the loose puck and clears the zone. Good early victory there. First rush on this penalty kill. Warriors skated in, though. Head of steam, shot right on target. Saved by Stutzer. They play it back out to Bakta. Hill to Bakta. Bakta across center ice. He gets across the red line. He'll dump it in and go to the bench. Bakta's off. Smith is on. Brown on the ice as well for Kansas City. Kept in at the point by McLean. Kansas City doing a great job to keep the pressure on, even on the penalty kill. McLean again keeps it in. Eventually cleared out by Arapahoe, but Hill is right there, and he'll return the favor, dump it back in again. 40 seconds remaining on the penalty to Kansas City. McLean at the point, trying to keep it alive, but it's eventually chipped out by the Warriors at center ice. Sloppy pass picked up by Allender, though. Offsides call for Arapahoe. Not a very clean power play here for Arapahoe. Kansas City doing a great job to disrupt all the rush. 23 seconds remaining on the penalty to Barron. Phillips and Powell on D. Allender and JC will be your forwards. JC rushing off from the bench. Again, Kansas City controls the face-off. Phillips plays it up, hits a skate, but Powell picks up the loose puck. Warriors jump over the blue line, shot high over the crossbar. Stutzer tried to get a hand on it, but it was too high, couldn't even reach it with a blocker. Warriors trying to set something up here on this power play. 5 seconds remaining on the penalty to Barron. Barron goes to the bench. Hargadine comes on the ice. Kansas City back at full strength. Hargadine, a good poke check there to disrupt the play at the blue line. Allender plays it ahead, looking for Hargadine. No icing. Hargadine rushing after it. Ties up his man. Almost got a stick on it. Warriors regain possession behind their own net, trying to set something up. They'll play it out the right side. Powell and Phillips back on D. JC back checking with Smith. Centering pass right in front, chipped away by Powell. Dumped into the corner. Powell there applying pressure. Separates the puck from his man. Chipping it up, looking for Hargadine. And Powell clears it out. Got tipped, no icing. Comes all the way down to the Warriors goalie, who sets it up for his defenseman. Myers back checking, no good pressure. Myers applies pressure, and Hargadine comes away with the loose puck. Good play by Myers to separate that play, or separate the puck from the player there, keeping the play alive in the offensive zone. Warriors eventually cleared out and through the neutral zone, though. Shot got tipped and blocked into the glove by Stutzer. He covers it up. We'll get a face-off here. 2:47 remaining. Like a mouth guard maybe had fallen out. Looked like another puck on the crease there. Myers picks up the mouth guard. He'll head back to the bench. Warriors control the face-off. They play it back to the right D. Shot on target. Cleared out, though, by Hill. Or no, Weisner. That was Landon Weisner cleared it out. Cleared all the way down. Howard chasing after it. No icing. Howard gets there first. Good job. Beat his man to the puck. They're trying to clear it out. Hill back on the left point. But it's chipped out eventually by the Warriors. Good poke check by Hill. Disrupts the rush there again. Bacta there. Dungy trying to get it to Bacta. It's back and forth over the line. We get an offsides call. Just over 2 minutes remaining in the period. Kansas City controls the face-off. Dungy picks up the loose puck. Shot hits a defender before it gets on target. Carries into the far corner. Warrior attempt to clear. It's picked up by Weisner, who plays around a defender. Trying to pull it back to himself around the face-off dot, but poke checked away. Dungy there to keep the play alive. Dungy chips it ahead. Shot looking for Howard for a pass in the slot, but got kicked aside by Warriors defender. Kansas City disrupts the Warriors' rush, but jump right back in the zone. Brown and Dungy trying to disrupt the play, but the Warriors eventually cleared out. Smith with a poke check. McClin back on D. Hill as well. Shot on target, covered up by Stutzer. .127 remaining in the second. Smith to take the face-off. Brown and Logan Weisner on your forward line. McClin and Barron on D. Brown comes away with it, trying to get it out of the zone, but it's kept in at the point. Dumped into the corner by the Warriors. They try to play it back to the D-man, but picked off by Logan Weisner. Weisner back to Barron. Barron dumps it ahead looking for Brown, but just out of his reach, and the Warriors will reset in their own zone. Warriors skated behind their net. Played up to the right winger on the breakout. Good pressure by Kansas City to keep it alive. They dump it right back in. But eventually cleared out by Arapahoe. They're across the blue line. Good fast rush here. Shot. Either a stick save or the crossbar. I thought I heard some iron. Went ride the rail. Went into the far corner. Barron picks up the puck, dumps it into center ice. Poke check there by Logan Weisner. Keeps the play alive. Plays it over to Brown. Brown trying to get room for a shot. Loose puck off the leg pad. Trickles it back into the crease. Goalie never saw it. Brown got a shot on. Didn't quite get it settled for a hard shot, but he put it on net, hit the goalie's leg pad, and just kind of trickled back in front of the blue paint. Hargadine to take the face off. Allender and JC on the wings. Warriors trying to clear it. They fanned on it back behind the net. Loose puck in front. Hargadine trying to stuff it in there. Loose puck in front. JC with the backhand. Kicked aside, though. They'll try and play it back to the D, looking for Powell. Powell with a poke check, trying to keep it alive, but it's cleared out of the zone. Kansas City will have to clear out. Eventually, Warriors try to regain control, but a couple change of possessions here at center ice, and the Warriors eventually come away with it. Good poke check there by Allender. Allender plays it up to JC. JC across the blue line. He's got Hargadine streaking. Poke check by Arapahoe, though, and that'll do it for the second period. One final rush there for Kansas City, trying to play it ahead, get a pass into the slot. Disrupted by the Warriors, and that'll do it for the second period. Head into the third. Kansas City hanging on to a 1-goal lead.
Where are you staying? We're at Residence 2. Where are you guys staying? Marriott. Then you're in between 30 minutes away. Quite a distance, man. It's nice. And then what team is Braxton? He's on the yellow one. The yellow 59.
All right.
So did they end up selling their
Underway here in the third period. Warriors win the faceoff. Play it over their left winger. Dump it into Kansas City zone. No icing. They were across the red line. McClin plays it around the corner, looking for Wisner or Smith, but it's tied up by the Warriors in the near corner. Kansas City trying to play it out, looking for Wisner. Comes up to Smith. Smith's got some room to operate if he can poke it around one last defender, but Warriors hold their ground. Comes back to Barron. He dumps it back out of the zone. D-to-D pass, dumped in the zone by the Warriors. McClin is there to send it right back out. Trying to get it over to Hargadine. Just lost a handle and it's poked away. Barron gets tied up on the near boards, trying to get it up to Wisner. Eventually chipped out there by Allender. Allender chips it dead to Hargadine. Hargadine trying to get some separation around there and skate around that last defender, but it's picked up. He'll stop behind his own net, trying to play it back out. Howard there trying to keep it alive in the zone. The Warriors eventually chip it across the blue line, but Howard and JC pick up the puck. They were caught on a line change. He plays it over to JC. JC plays it back, trying to get to the forehand shot. He'll play it back to the point for Phillips. Phillips plays it over to the right D. Shot from Landon Wisner. Blocked by the Warriors. Stick never got on target. Good pressure there by Kansas City. Wisner and Phillips back on D. Howard back checking. Pass through the slot. Nobody home for the Warriors. They pick up a loose puck. They'll circle behind Stetzer, trying to set up a new play. They play it back to the right D, who dumps it right back in. Phillips chases his man, forces a pass back to the point, and they'll try to dump it back in low. Phillips bodies up his man. He separates the puck, and they'll clear it around all the way back to the left D. JC with pressure there, separates the puck. Hargadine picks it up, and he'll ice it out of it. Tried to ice it, get out of the zone, but picked up at center ice by the Warriors. Loose puck picked up by Wisner. He's across the blue line. Wisner down low. Landon Wisner, that is. He'll circle behind the net. Trying to set something up. Landon Wisner all the way back to the point. Drop pass for Hargadine. Hargadine picks up the face-off dot. Shot on target. Glove save. Bachta right there for a backdoor tip with Myers as well. No rebound after the shot by Hargadine. Not keeping track of the shots here on the board, so I'm not sure what the total is, but feels like Kansas City's holding their own. A lot of good pressure. Bachta, Brown, and Myers are your forwards. Hill and Powell back on D. Warriors win the face-off. They'll bang it around behind the net, but Powell's going to pinch down to keep that alive. Myers there as well. It's played back to the point, though, and Bachta will reset. Bachta evades traffic, circles around, dumps it across the blue line into the zone. Brown going after it with Myers. Good pressure there. Loose puck comes back to Bachta, who tries to keep it alive, but it's poked out just across the blue line. Offsides call for Kansas City. Smith takes a face off. Allender and Dungy on the wings. Powell dumps it in. Warriors trying to clear it back out. They chip it up the face-off circle. Powell jumps in, trying to keep it alive. He does. Gets it over to Dungy. Dungy circles around, trying to free up for a pass. Kept into the point. Good job by Hill. Tip coming. Couldn't get a stick on it. Allender had a shot out there. Good job to try to get a stick on the tip. Loose puck behind the net. Smith plays it right in front. Trickles through the crease. Hill trying to keep it alive. Powell picks up the loose puck. He tried to dump it into the corner for Smith. Smith tied up behind the net, but Allender picks up the loose puck, trying to get a centering pass, goes off the back of the net. Wraparound attempt. Smith had a shot there, but just went through the crease. Might have got tipped by the Warriors. They'll play it back to the neutral zone where Hill intercepts the pass, and he dumps it right back in. Not before Kansas City could clear the zone, so we get an offsides call. Fresh set of legs for Kansas City. Hargadine on the ice with Howard and JC. Barron and McLean on D. Hargadine wins the face-off back, but just out of the reach of McLean. McLean will chase it down in the near corner. Beats his man to the puck. Barron sends it around the boards. Out of the zone. Icing if it makes it all the way down. And it does. Brings the face-off back down in front of. Had a few on here, but Ella Hargadine giving a shout out to Nana back home in Wichita watching the games. Have to rewind that, Nana, if you didn't see that. She was on camera for about 5 seconds, giving the wave here from Denver back to Wichita. Kansas City, good job to clear the zone up in the neutral zone where the Warriors have to reset. Sloppy pass back to the D. Hargadine forechecking. Got a stick on it. Couldn't quite settle it. Comes back to the point for McLean. McLean keeps it in. He dumps it down low for Hargadine. JC setting up in the slot. Hargadine looking for a centering pass right in front. Howard had a good crack at it. I think it might have either just gone wide or the goalie got a glove on it, but a good pass from Hargadine to Howard. Barron ties up his man in the corner. Good back check. Sends it around looking for Howard. Howard trying to chip it ahead to Hargadine. Hargadine gathers the pass. Hargadine and JC, 2-on-2 break. Across the blue line. Hargadine pulls up. Gets into the slot, shot, leg pad save. Warriors will clear the zone. Long outlet pass looking for the left winger, but just out of his reach, and Barron will run that down. Skates behind his own net, plays it up for Logan Weisner. Logan Weisner to Hargadine, who plays around, nifty little move. Play it back to himself. Just got poke checked away there at the last second. Landon Weisner picks up the puck, plays it off the boards, trying to get around some traffic, but settled by the Warriors defender. They'll play it up to the winger. Phillips is there with Brown, poke check that. Comes up through the neutral zone here of the battle, but the Warriors regain possession. Down to the face-off circle, shot, blocker save, turned down and picked up by Weisner. Good save there by Stutzer. Weisner played it ahead to Bakta. Back to center ice, now looking for Brown, but poke checked away by the Warriors at center ice. 9.5 minutes remaining in the third period. Loose puck, Landon Weisner beats his man to it, plays it over to his brother, Logan Weisner. Trying to chip it ahead to Brown. Good poke check by Bakta there. Warriors tried to clear it out, but they eventually regained possession. Another good poke check by Kansas City, trying to disrupt that rush. Landon Weisner plays it ahead to his brother Logan, but poke check by Warriors kept it in. Weisner will settle this behind his goal. Plays it over for Brown. Brown trying to backhand it out, but kept it at the point. Shot at the point. Phillips tried to block it, but it got through, and Stutzer turned it aside. Warriors play it back to their left D. Pass is tipped by Kansas City. Gets caromed into the corner. Phillips is there. Phillips and Smith. Smith taps it up looking for Brown, but it's chipped back in. Phillips plays it up to Brown. Brown backhands it out of the zone, and Kansas City clears it. Line change for Kansas City. Myers on the ice. Myers picks up the loose puck at center ice. Backhands it ahead looking for Smith. Powell dumps it in. He's across the red line, so no icing. Puck trickles behind the Warriors goalie with 8 minutes remaining. Powell and McLean back on D. Warriors rushing in across the blue line. Play it down low. Centering pass attempt gets right in front. Loose puck. Can't quite tell if anybody's covered it. A lot of action down there. Dangerous loose puck settled in the crease. Eventually covered up. Not sure if they blew it dead underneath a skater or if Stutzer had it, but nevertheless, we get a stoppage in play. 7:44 remaining. Warriors back to the right D, shot way off target into the left corner. Powell in a battle back there. Chips it up off the redirect into the net. We'll get a stoppage in play. Powell trying to clear it out of there. He plays it up the sideboards, hoping for Hargadine. Or not Hargadine, that McLean, I believe. Islander, my bad, Islander. Still learning all the names here. Allender forechecking in the corner, stops that pass, trying to clear it out of the zone. Good job by Allender to keep it alive. He gets it over to Hargadine. Hargadine toe drags it around one defender, trying to wrap it around, get a pass into the crease, but it's poke checked away. Allender with another good poke check. Kansas City doing a great job to keep the play alive here. Lots of poke checks and pressure at the blue line to keep it alive. Powell dumps it in the corner. Allender chasing after it. Howard in there in support as well. Hargadine picks up the loose puck, trying to skate it around a defender. Centering pass, nobody home. Good job by Hill there. Hill runs down the loose puck, redirect, picked up by the goalie. Sorry about that, had the camera a little bit low. A little tip there, going to redirect it up to the goalie. It might have been off target, but he gloves it and hung on to it for a face-off. 6.5 minutes remaining. Smith on the ice, Chasey and Bakta. McLean and Barron back on D. Warriors win the face-off. Bakta chasing after it behind the net. Warriors will play it behind their own net, trying to clear it out. Just over the blue line, but it's picked off by Smith. Smith picks up a loose puck. Smith is across the blue line, forced into the corner, puts a shot on net, turned away by the goalie, stick save. Smith looking to pick up his own rebound. Bakta back there in support as well. Bakta playing it back right in front of the slot, looking for JC. JC back to McLean. Shot from McLean, tip. JC trying another redirect. Doesn't get quite to the goalie. Warriors will break it out the other direction. Warriors dump it in. Barron sets up in the slot. McLean chases after the man. Loose puck. Jammed on the side of the net, right in front. Centering pass, JC chasing after it. D-man gets there first. They play it back to the slot. Good hard shot, but didn't get through the traffic. And again, back to the slot. The Warriors back to the right D. Shot doesn't get through. 5.5 minutes remaining. Good pressure here by the Warriors, trying to get something going. Battle here on the near boards, kept in by Arapahoe. They dump it down low. McLean applying pressure in the corner. He separates the puck from his man. Good job by McLean to break that up, but the outlet pass doesn't get through the traffic. Shot on target, loose right in front. Covered up by Stutzer momentarily, but it trickled underneath his glove. You can see the puck trickling around in the blue paint. Stutzer made the initial save, and it just trickled on the rebound, slid slowly into that back left corner of the net, and the Warriors tie it up 2-2. With 5:15 remaining in the contest, we have a new game. Brown and Weisner are your wings with Hargadine for the face-off. Phillips and Landon Weisner are your D-men. Warriors control the face-off. They'll dump it in. Phillips picks up the loose puck, though. Phillips plays it off the boards looking for Weisner. Tough angle, didn't quite clear the net, but Weisner plays it up to Brown. Brown clears the zone across the neutral zone. Loses the handle, but Hargadine picks it up. And as Brown lost the handle, he skated into the zone without the puck. So when Hargadine picked up the puck and crossed the blue line, Brown was already in the zone. Just a fluke thing as he lost control of the puck, creates an offside situation, but he'll face it off just outside the blue line. Warriors win the face-off, 3-on-2 break the other direction. Played over to the left winger, shot on target, glove save by Stutzer. And we'll get a face-off in the Kansas City zone.
Go Warriors!
Warriors win the face-off back to the right D. Thought about passing the left D, but played it back down low. Shot off target, goes behind the net. Logan Weisner trying to play it up and out of there, but it's poke checked away by the Warriors. Eventually a loose puck comes over to Brown. Brown trying to clear it out. Brown and Hargadine there trying to get it across the line, but they eventually do. Wyatt chips it around. Hargadine trying to get it around one last player, but a little poke check there by the Warriors broke up that rush. Another little back and forth across the blue line, offsides for the Warriors. And Wyatt Hargadine had a little opportunity there on the sideboards to try to chip it around the defender, but poke checked it away and disrupted that rush. Hargadine wins the faceoff, plays it back to Powell. Powell tried to clear the zone, but it's kept in by the Warriors. Powell's battling with his man in the corner there, breaks up a pass, trying to get it up to Allender. It's kept in and kept down low by the Warriors. Hargadine chases after it. He gets it over to Howard. Howard trying to play it up for a streaking Allender, but just got poked away at the last second. Powell trying to send it up the blue line, but Warriors kept it in. Good play by Hargadine to break that pass up. Powell plays it over to Hargadine, bouncing puck. Couldn't quite get settled. Hargadine trying to clear it out, doesn't get across the blue line. Loose puck trickles into the slot. Dangerous puck there, but Stutzer covers it up. 3:42 remaining. Feels like the momentum had shifted here in the last few minutes. A lot of pressure by Kansas City midway through the third, but now towards the last part of the period, it's the Warriors playing a lot of the game in the Kansas City zone. Face-off won by Kansas City. Barron picks up the puck. He'll cycle it off the glass, looking for Howard. Clears the zone. Rushing up the side is Allender. Allender has Smith. Allender plays it over to Smith. Smith right in front. Shot.
Hey! Throw that kid out! Bush league!
Looks like we're going to get a couple penalties here at least. We were not sure how the
Check after the whistle.
penalty to Smith that was rushing into the goal.
Control your kids then. Cross check after the whistle. That's dangerous and puts kids in the hospital. Shut up. Protect this goalie. Bro, fair. Are you serious? Bro, brain. Yeah. Look over here again. Good.
Let's see what the call is here. Not sure what happened there, if they got a penalty to Smith for going hard into the goalie or what. He seemed to, maybe he hopped up on his feet and had a quick hook or something I didn't see. But nevertheless, 5-on-5 hockey offsetting Miners. Warriors rush after it into the corner, but a good poke check there by McClin to break up the play. Trying to send it up the sideboards, looking for Howard. Kept in though by the Warriors. It hits the net, they don't call it. It does hit the cloth there, but the fabric of the net I should say, but they play on. Kept in to left D. They'll send it down below behind the net. Hargadine there applying pressure. Barron there as well, centering pass by the Warriors. Kicks off a skate into the near corner. McClin trying to play it ahead. Kept in by Warriors. Hargadine there in support. Hargadine comes away with it. Hargadine outlet pass, looking for Allender. He plays it off the boards to Allender. He's got Howard streaking back, plays it back right in front, looking for a little tip there. Kicks into the corner. Loose puck picked up by Howard, centering pass, looking for Hargadine. Doesn't get through the traffic. Warriors rush back the other direction. A lot of numbers back for Kansas City. Landon Weisner applying pressure behind the net, separates the puck and comes over to Hargadine. Hargadine hits the brakes, evades the defender. The circle behind Stutzer. Outlet pass looking for Howard. Howard didn't have the momentum going as the puck carrying behind the D, but wasn't headed that direction. Warriors will send it up the side, across the blue line. Poke check by Landon Weisner, sends it up to his brother Logan Weisner, who chips it into the zone. Bachta chasing after it. Dungy and Weisner on the wings in support. Dungy picks up the loose puck after the errant pass. Dungy looking for a pass to Logan Weisner right in front. Doesn't get through the traffic, it's behind the net still. Dungy again picks up the loose puck, trying to get it in the crease. Loose puck right in front, backhand, and covered up. Looked like Logan Weisner might have had a shot out there to poke it in, but it's covered up by the Arapahoe goalie. Good pressure by Kansas City there. Weisner trying to slide the loose puck in behind the net, but the Warriors goalie covered it up. Hill and Weisner back on the line for D. Face off, controlled by Kansas City, but poked away there at the last second. Logan Weisner trying to draw it back, but Warriors pick up the loose puck and they'll circle behind their own net, try to set something up. They play it up to the blue line and up and out of the zone. Landon Weisner, I should say, back checking. He'll circle behind Stutzer. Evades some traffic, played up the sideboards looking for Dungy. Dungy picks up the loose puck, chips it up and over the blue line to clear the zone. Orioles are reset at the red line. Loses the handle. Logan Weisner applying pressure there as Warriors player lost the handle. Comes back to Hill. Hill plays it off a shin guard, but out of the zone. Bachta there. Loose puck picked up by Logan Weisner. It's poked away by the Warriors, though. And Hill picks up the loose puck. Hill across the blue line. Plays it back to himself, but poked away there. Hill had a little chance there to find some daylight, but poke check at the last second. Howard picks up the loose puck. Howard does a good job to pick up the puck from the Warriors player. Tries to put a shot on net, doesn't get through. Warriors going to regroup down at the red line and play it up and out of the zone. Bandit picks up the puck. Kansas City's onside, though. Howard trying to get back. Looked like he might have got back and onside. Referee didn't think so. Just watched the replay on the iPad. He was on sides, but nevertheless, started over. Hargadine controls the face-off, trying to get around some traffic. It's poked away, though, by Arapahoe. Comes back to Powell, and Powell dumps it in. Powell sends it into the far corner. It carries around to the near corner. Outlet pass by the Warriors. Back check, or poke check by Powell, though, and it disrupts the play. Back up to Barron. Barron up to Howard. That'll do it. That's the end of the game. Being pool play, no overtime. Game ends in a tie on the late goal by the Arapahoe Warriors. Kansas City played a pretty good game all three periods. It's a little pressure there late in the game by Arapahoe, and they tied up late in the game to finish 2-2. First game of pool play. That'll do it for this first game here. We'll see you back at 2 o'clock or 2:10, I believe, Mountain Time, 3:10 Central Time at a different rink for their second game of pool play. 2-2 your final.